Like bend your leg up 180 degrees and put your hand behind your back and do a twist and a backflip and then do something. What? What?
Yeah.
Imagine never being able to climax ever again.
Yeah,
ever.
that'd be pretty sad too. Like, you need a bit in between, don't you?
Tempo is shorter, attention span is shorter, and my brain is absorbed with wanting to.
That must be like a hormone thing, surely.
You
don't know.
I don't know. That's just my own personal feeling. Is a healthy way for them to earn an income and do what they want to do. I appreciate not everybody agrees with that, and that's fine. That's just my opinion. I'd be very curious to hear what our viewers think. But
So social media is so saturated now that you have to have something that's completely different to anyone else, and
exactly
to an extreme
everyone's trying
where
to
you get
one-up
noticed.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any confessions?
We have got. So the confession that prompted this is.
And I think social media is a really interesting place.
I don't think I've ever seen a video that I've gone, oh, I don't like that, and then. And welcome to the Confessional Podcast. This week, you've obviously still got me and Rick.
Yes.
I always forget what to say.
Hello, welcome to the Confessional Podcast. You are listening and watching yours truly, Rick, and the amazingly beautiful Kimmi K.
Yay!
What is on the agenda for this week, please, Kim?
So this week, I wanted to talk about orgasms, and I forgot. Hang on.
Perfect. So please excuse us. Cue waiting music.
Would you rather have an orgasm every time you hear the word Tuesday or never orgasm again? That's basically what I want to talk about.
Okay. Do we have any confessions?
We have got. So the confession that prompted this is, I had an orgasm in my car while trying to hold in a wee. Is that normal? I've been holding my wee ever since, trying to make it happen again, but it hasn't.
I don't know if that's normal or not. Yeah. I don't have female anatomy, so I don't know. 2, I am most definitely not a connoisseur of the female body. I don't know.
Have you ever had an unexpected orgasm?
No.
So have you seen that dude that's got that disorder where he literally has 100 orgasms a day? Like spontaneously. There's a video, hang on.
Oh.
I've got a video.
A video of a man orgasm?
I've got the video of the dude.
Oh, orgasm.
Well, yeah, it's not in bed like having the time of his life.
It's
like a really bad condition.
Does he finish?
Yes.
Every time?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a lot.
This man has over 100 unwanted orgasms a day. Dale Decker suffers from an incredibly rare disease called persistent genital arousal disorder, which causes him to orgasm from non-sexual stimuli. It all started when Dale fell out of a chair, slipping a disc in his back. Unable to walk, he called an ambulance and experienced 5 orgasms on the way to the hospital, and since then, they haven't stopped. The next day, he had 246. Dale was the first man suffering from this disease to ever speak publicly about their condition to try and raise awareness for the disease. He shared vulnerable stories like the time he was trying to say goodbye to his father at his funeral and suffered 9 orgasms. This led to him being mocked relentlessly online and on shows like Conan O'Brien. After that, Dale went into hiding for years, but in 2015, he came out as transgender.
Oh,
she began therapy, which reduced the level of male hormone testosterone, causing the number of daily orgasms to drop from 100 to 8.
Wow. That's
insane, isn't it?
That must be really difficult to deal with.
It'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like you initially think, oh my God, 100 orgasms a day will be absolutely amazing.
Exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way. Would I rather do it? Would I rather orgasm every time I heard Tuesday or never orgasm again? Inevitably, I'd rather orgasm every time I heard Tuesday. Every time.
Yeah.
Imagine never being able to climax ever again.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sad too. Like, you need a bit in between, don't you?
Yeah.
I think once a day is a good number.
I don't know what the healthy amount is, and I'd be very curious to find out what it is, but I don't know what the healthy amount is.
I've seen women with that disorder as well that literally say they can't sleep and they can't work. Like, it must be horrible.
It'd be very distracting, I imagine.
At your dad's funeral, 9 orgasms while you're saying chirag.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. Oh, yeah, that would...
Oh, my God.
I believe the producer is searching what the healthy amount per week / day or month is. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I'm sending it to you.
I don't have my phone.
What?
because we're recording a podcast. But hopefully Kim does.
Send it to me. I think personally, once a day is a good number.
Yeah.
Or once every other day.
Yeah. I'd say that's a very fair assumption, which probably most people would go along with.
Like, what's the most in one day you've done?
Maybe 4.
Or is that one, was you absolutely fucked? Like, was you knackered?
Yeah.
And sore?
Yeah.
Because when you get to number 4, that you pretty like, you've got to go somewhere.
It was a slow day, all right?
Yeah,
you've got to judge me.
You've got to get the 4th one, like, you need some...
I was a lot younger then.
Okay.
A lot younger. Now I wouldn't have that time. Well, I don't have that spare time in my life to do that. And I'm not saying I want that spare time in my life to do that either. But go on, read it. Read it.
There's no medically established healthy number of orgasms per day. It's a personal and subjective experience, and focusing on quantity can detract from the enjoyment of sex. Yeah, can you imagine having 100 orgasms a day and then trying to have sex with someone? Like, what would be the point?
It would be thinking about it makes me tired.
Yeah.
It would be exhausting, wouldn't it?
It would. It'd be awful.
Yeah.
I don't think this. Some people may have multiple orgasms daily, and others may have fewer, and that's perfectly normal.
Yeah, I think everybody's libido, if that's the right word to use, is different. I think 1, it all depends on what you have going on in life. 2, it all depends on how you feel about yourself. And 3, depends if you have time. And obviously that personal space to be able to do said thing.
What do you think's like the longest time between orgasms that you've gone? Like, have you done No Nut November?
No.
Have you done a whole month?
Absolutely not.
Really?
I think I'd explode.
Is that what happens to dudes? Like,
no, obviously I don't. Again, I'm not medically trained. I don't know, but I don't think your balls just fill up and you would explode. No.
Do you get blue balls? Is that a real?
Blue balls is a thing where I believe if you're aroused and then you don't finish, and you kind of stop being aroused. So, for example, you're doing whatever you're doing to hopefully eventually come, and then you get interrupted, and obviously you can't finish, and you have to kind of go off and do something. That it's not, obviously your balls don't turn blue, but they actually ache.
Okay.
And nearly hurt. I've had that happen to me before.
Okay. I don't think, like...
That's my experience of it
I don't
anyway.
think women have that.
Obviously, again, I don't know.
We haven't got balls, but I mean, we don't have that where we have to release it.
Yeah.
Obviously, women, like, it's different with women because 90% of the time women don't orgasm anyway.
No.
Well...
No, you're right.
In my experience.
You are right. But I think this is my own personal, I can't talk on behalf of every man, but my own personal thing is if I haven't orgasmed for a long time, I get very pent up. My tempo is shorter, my attention span is shorter, and my brain is absorbed with wanting to.
That must be like a hormone thing, surely.
You
don't know.
I don't know. That's just my own personal feeling.
How odd.
But obviously I understand that that's a feeling, and I can obviously contain that feeling. Things that wouldn't normally irritate me start to irritate me. Yeah, and my whole kind of conscientious thought process is a lot more absorbed around that space in the world.
Do you think the world is more obsessed with sex nowadays than it used to be?
Yes, and I think it's really unhealthy.
I think it's really unhealthy.
I think now, and I don't think this is anybody's fault, any respect, but I think now because there's so much access to it so quickly that it's now not a special thing. It's not.
No, I get that.
It's not a thing between two people who love each other and a fun, safe, special moment. I think now it's so blasé.
Yeah.
And it's so like, oh yeah, let's just do it. Like whatever, like. That's all right. Like, you've got those bits and I've got these bits. It doesn't matter. Like, and that's like, I remember when I was younger, if somebody used to say boobs to me, I used to be like, oh, boobs.
Yeah.
Like, at like the age of like 12, 13. Whereas if you said that to a 12, 13-year-old now, they'd be like, what? Send like 100 pairs.
Yeah.
Well, you've been weird. Like, and it's very normalised now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very
normalised. And that's a very adult thing. That's a very adult thing that I think only adults should be subject to. So yeah, I think
I think people are more, what's the word? More confident to ask people about it. Like, I feel like people, they've got no, I don't know what the word is. They've got no like self-control. If they want to ask you about sex, they'll just ask you. They're not embarrassed about it in any way. Like when I asked for confessions online, literally every single one was sexual and just basically just degrading me and just really bad. And I'm like, what the fuck? When did people...
That's social media.
When did people turn into that?
Because people wouldn't say that to you in person.
Because I know I do OnlyFans, right? But that doesn't mean I want to... That doesn't mean I think about sex.
You just want to be subjectified to that.
Yeah.
That's not your whole being.
No, it's not.
It's not. That's just one little part of you. And there are so many other parts to you. But because to some people, that's all they think about, they'll be like, I'll subject Kimmi to that because I can. It's
like people think I want to have them kind of conversations as well. And it's like, I really don't.
Yeah, I just want an adult conversation.
Yeah, I just want to tell jokes.
About the weather and about how your day has been.
Yeah.
And, you have an issue going on in life. Let's talk about it and hopefully we can come to some sort of conclusion. Yeah. Not, oh my God, tits are so big, I want to do X to them. What? Fucking hell, mate. I just asked how your day was, bro. Like, jeez. I think that's, and stems back to our previous episode, doesn't it? Social media has allowed people into the world of so many people, and it's kind of dehumanized people where they're happy to say and do what they want.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can't imagine people would have that conversation with
in person. No,
actually, let me just take that back. So at the weekend, somebody told me face to face that they had masturbated to me, and I found that pretty odd. But they were drunk. But yeah, like that was odd.
Is that two of our friends that we were just talking about?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Wow.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
And I was so they said that like it was a normal thing, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, quite taken back by it.
I didn't know what to say, and I was like, that's great. Good for you.
Cool. Yeah. It's wild, isn't it?
It is. It's insane.
It's. I think sex has become so normalized, which I think's a shame. And I appreciate, people... I mean,
I think it's good that people are sex positive now. Like, it's not
sex
shameful.
Positive is a great thing.
It's not shameful anymore, but it's just out there a lot, and it just seems to be all that people think about constantly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But again, I think it's because the access to it now is so easy that the second it slips into your mind, you can be like, cool, I can do something about that. Whereas previously, that probably wasn't the case. But I think because back then, it wasn't in your face as much as you wanted it to be, people weren't so pent up about it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so normal. And it was a lot more behind closed doors and between two, people in it. And it was probably more special.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you can look at the pros and cons of that, can't you? And maybe it didn't open up people to the world that they're in now, where they can experience different things with multiple different people and financially gain off of it and so on and so forth. So I think there's pros and cons to it, but...
I think people are never satisfied. Like...
Never.
Sex used to be pretty just standard, normal.
Yeah.
Like all this new stuff that comes out that people expect you to do.
Yeah.
Some of it's
Kama
insane.
Sutra book. What happened to Mystery Man? And like
Kama Sutra's not even bad. Like some of the shit that I've seen.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like bend your leg up 180 degrees and put your hand behind your back and do a twist and a backflip and then do something. What? What the fuck? Like, why is that so normalised now? Like, and because I think it's going to damage our kids' generation because they're going to obviously be subject to what it's like online, and obviously online it's so enhanced for viewing pleasure. So it's not reality, is it?
No.
It's not reality. Like,
but
most people
think they have to live up to them standards as well.
Yeah. And I think that's quite unhealthy and degrading for both male and female people.
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult. And how do you combat that? I don't know.
I think the whole porn addiction thing with people having porn addictions is the reason that like there's more crime against women as well. I think that is a massive part of why women are being abused so much.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I honestly think that's the truth. Like it is. It's all because of porn, and it's so bad.
Yeah. So it's an interesting take. So people who have OnlyFans, and obviously people frown upon people who have OnlyFans normally, but behind closed doors, they're probably subscribed to multiple people and they're doing whatever they're doing behind the scenes. But I think, so let's use a scenario. You have Joe Bloggs, who is quite shy, quite socially inept, doesn't have any friends, doesn't have like a social scene, and is not very confident with the opposite sex, female being in this one. But they find somebody online that they're attracted to. That person online has an OnlyFans. They never have conversations with women, but they can now pay for a service to have a conversation with this woman. That fulfills their need and desire in a healthy, consensual way.
Yeah.
Which I think is really important.
Yeah.
Because if that wasn't fulfilled in a consenting, mature way, what could that stem into?
Yeah.
But then obviously you can look at it on the flip side and be like, well, because people have so much access to it so often, they get so pent up and so worked up.
They feel like they're entitled to it.
Yeah, they feel like they're entitled to it, and or they go out and then commit obviously these heinous crimes.
Yeah.
So it's I think a really difficult balancing act, isn't it?
It is.
I think OnlyFans for creators is a healthy way for them to earn an income and do what they want to do. I appreciate not everybody agrees with that, and that's fine. That's just my opinion. I'd be very curious to hear what our viewers think. But I think it allows people to communicate with somebody who they normally wouldn't necessarily feel confident enough to try and communicate with and get the things that they want out of it. Yeah. And obviously the person who is making that content knows that, obviously, because they're making the content to do that. So I think it's a quite a healthy way for two consenting adults to kind of do a transaction and then obviously receive a service.
Yeah. I see like the hate for OnlyFans girls is coming back massively. Yeah. So there was a point where it was normal. It was kind of accepted. It wasn't normalised. It was kind of accepted. Yeah. Oh, you do OnlyFans, that's fine, whatever. Yeah. Like they obviously didn't agree with it, but it was one of them things. Now the hate is coming back, and I think it's because of like the likes of Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips going to like the extremes, giving people bad names and stuff.
But then what? So I think the reason for that is obviously they're doing it for a PR stunt and marketing.
Yeah.
And they probably financed off of that very handsomely.
It's because you have to have, so social media is so saturated now that you have to have something that's completely different to anyone else, and
exactly
to an extreme
everyone's trying
where
to
you get noticed.
Everyone.
Yeah.
So they've obviously one-upped everybody because nobody's ever done that. Yeah. And obviously they gained a huge amount of media about it.
Yeah.
A huge amount of media about it. But now, how are you going to one-up that?
Yeah.
Because obviously that's incredibly extreme.
Yeah.
Incredibly extreme. How do you then one-up that?
They're putting themselves at risk as well for like.
Of course.
The more extreme, the more risk there is.
And but without risk, there is no reward.
No,
right?
Exactly.
Again, I believe that they financially benefited from that.
Oh, they definitely did.
Hugely. So what's going to be the next more extreme thing that will get not necessarily them, but the next person to think of something so far-fetched? What's going to be the next thing to one-up?
I think something really dangerous is going to happen. I think something bad's going to happen.
Well,
I think that will put an end to like the risky business. That's how I think it will go. Yeah. I've seen like, I think she's an OnlyFans creator. She got doxxed online. So someone leaked her real name, her real age, and her address and stuff. And when I was watching these videos on TikTok, there's people in the comments that are like laughing and saying, good, so she's lying to people, just like being completely awful to this woman.
Yeah.
But they feel like it's okay because she's an OnlyFans worker.
Yeah. She's still a human being and has feelings. She's
like,
probably still a mum.
She obviously has a fake name and her fake age because she doesn't want people to know like her real stuff to keep her safe. Like,
and that's fair.
It's mad. It's insane.
I just think people online feel very entitled, don't they? And I think so if people follow your world and your life and whatever you post on social media, one, obviously, if you're willing to put yourself out there, obviously you have to be thick-skinned to be able to take backlash and people's opinion. And that's fine. But two, people who are giving that kind of hate to whatever, they also need to understand and realise that regardless of that person who you're giving hate to, they're still a human being and they still have feelings. And their feelings are still very relevant, regardless of what you think of them. Their feelings are still relevant. Mm-hmm. and they're still probably a mother or a father and a daughter or a son. They're still a human being.
Yeah.
Just because they choose to put themselves online shouldn't give you the right to be hateful to them.
No,
I don't think. And I think social media is a really interesting place.
I don't think I've ever seen a video that I've gone, oh, I don't like that, and then wrote a comment about it.
I've never done it.
Ever done that.
Never.
I've just scrolled.
It blows my mind. If people don't like something, instead of kind of commenting on it, surely you should just be like, I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I didn't agree with it. So I'm either going to block it so I never see it again, or I'm going to scroll past it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've probably not blocked it, you will probably see it again. So it's probably better if you just block it.
Yeah.
I probably have 7,000 to 8,000 profiles on my block list of content that I just don't enjoy seeing.
Yeah.
So I just block it, so I'll never see it again.
Yeah.
I would never comment on it, a hateful term, and then keep commenting on it hateful terms.
No.
I follow this guy who's really cool on social media, and basically he does fashion. He's got a bald head and a ginger beard and a gold tooth. He's from London, so he's got a London accent, and he does fashion. And it's not fully out there fashion where people would look at him in the street and be like, who's this guy? He just does men's fashion. I love his content. I think he looks like a cool dude, and we've kind of interacted in DMs, and he's given me a bit of advice on jeans and stuff, and I was asking for advice. So for me, it's been super helpful. He gets some wild hate comments from men going, you shouldn't dress like that. You're a man, dress like a man. And he's like, what? I'm wearing boots, jeans, and a t-shirt, and a flat hat, bro.
It's just weird, isn't it?
It's really bizarre, and people shouldn't have to put up with that. If you can look at it from both ways, right? You can look at it if you're posting yourself on social media, people then have the right to comment on your stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. But I don't think people have the right to say hurtful things intentionally to try and hurt somebody's feeling.
It depends who you're doing it to. That bloke could take that with a pinch of salt and not give a shit.
Yeah,
but
he's very chilled about it.
He could also be the kind of person that he would literally take that to heart and not want to be here anymore.
Right?
So you don't know when you're commenting this stuff. You don't know what kind of person you're messaging. You have no idea.
No idea. No, you have no idea of what the repercussions of what that's doing to that person.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And I think people do need to take that into consideration when they think about saying something hurtful. I think you can have opinions and you can have healthy debates and you can disagree with somebody, and that's okay. But you don't have to call them out and say that they're a horrible, disgusting human being just because you don't agree with what they're saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm still... I bet if we weren't talking about that subject, we'd probably still get on really well. But I have a close friend where I live, and our political views are so different, we just don't talk about politics.
Yeah.
And we get on like a house on fire. We get on really, really well. But he's got a different view on politics, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's just somebody's view.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them who they are, and it doesn't make them a bad person. No. But, sorry, we've gone massively off topic, but kind of going into that person who has multiple orgasms.
While holding a wee.
I don't know how that would work or why that would happen, but they obviously enjoyed it and they're trying to do it again. Cool.
Don't hold it too long. You might have a UTI.
You might get a UTI infection. Don't do that, and you'll have to drink loads of cranberry. But has that happened to anyone else? I don't know. I'm sure it has. Because there's 7 billion people on the earth. It probably hasn't.
Didn't we have a confession before where someone was in a gym and had an orgasm in the gym?
Yes.
And doing core workout?
Yeah.
So there must be, and that dude that we've just seen, he had a back injury. So,
yeah, that's sad.
So there must be some mechanism down there. But I suppose that's hopeful for people that can't orgasm. There must be a way to
fix it.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody that can't.
No, I haven't either.
Oh, if there is somebody who's never...
Actually, do you know when you run antidepressants, it's so hard.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so hard to reach orgasm and it's so frustrating. You get to that point and it just doesn't happen.
I've never been on them, so I can't talk from experience. But I think it'd be really sad if you can't, because, again, it's a very enjoyable adult experience.
I think if you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't be bothered.
Of course. I think that's the same about a lot of things, isn't it? I think if you don't know what you haven't had, can't miss it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very fair thing to say. So, okay, that is the end of the Confessional Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching myself and Kimmi K. Please do remember to like, share, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, we would love you to subscribe. I think it works out 78% of you who watch our videos are still not subscribed to the channel. So if you could fix that for us, That would be very cool.
It's free.
It is literally free. All of our social media platforms you'll find on www.confessionalpodcast.co.uk. Thank you very much and have a lovely week. Bye-bye.
Bye.